I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is another episode of Tabletop Tasting, Sip, and Play. Les, what did we play?
Today, we played the 1 to 5 player game, Wingspan. Now, Wingspan is made by Elizabeth Hargrave and designed or published by Stonemaier Games. This game came out in 2019, and it's a classic now. There's so much that's great about this game. Number one, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's really basic. Essentially, you're playing birds, you're gaining food from the bird feeder, which this bird feeder is probably one of the best dice towers I've ever seen. It's fantastic. You're laying eggs on those birds, and then you're drawing cards in order to play more birds, and rinse and repeat. And it's done over a series of 4 rounds, but everything about this game just makes me happy. There's information on each of the bird cards that tells you details about the bird and where it's from. It's a classic. Steve, what do you think of Wingspan?
Yeah, so I've played this a few times, and every time I play it, I'm like, why don't I play this more?
Yeah.
Because it's just so much fun. And I'll tell you a little thing. I don't like birds.
Really?
I like birds that are
What do you mean you don't like birds?
Out in the wild are fine, but I really dislike birds in the house. They just make too much noise.
Sure.
All that kind of stuff. So I'm not a huge fan of birds.
You've owned birds before, though, right?
We have a bird. Actually, we have 2 at the moment, but I'm not a fan of them.
Okay.
So I'm not a bird guy. However, that being said, I really enjoy this game.
If you want to complain about Steve's hate for the Bird Kingdom,
go right ahead.
check him out on Instagram at Slice Dice and Grams and leave your comments there.
Yeah, exactly. I know I'll probably get a little bit of hate for that, but I out in the wild, awesome. Not in the home, they make too much noise.
Sure.
All that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Anyway.
I learned something about you today.
There you go. But again, this game is beautiful, and I love the mechanics to it as well. It's really well thought out. I cannot wait to play it again, and I'm like, how come we haven't played this more often?
Yeah.
I love the dice tower. It's fun, and just everything about the little eggs. You collect the eggs. I like each round has its own little unique extra bonus that you do with it.
What you're shooting for, yeah.
Yeah, what you're shooting for, and I love that kind of thing. This is such a good, fun game, well thought out. You can tell there's been a lot of prep to it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what you choose to do. Everything nets you points. If you want to focus on playing birds, well, those net you points. If you want to focus on laying eggs, those net you points. It's everything you do. There's no bad choices or decisions in this game.
Yeah, the extra bonus cards, those help you. Like, everything just plays to your benefit. And you know what? It doesn't, even at the end of the game, like if you lost, you still, I looked at my board and I'm like, even if I lost, which I didn't, I won. Doesn't matter. I love it. Like, look at how beautiful that board looks.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It's just such a great game.
So what whiskey have you brought to bring to this peaceful, pleasant birding experience?
So this is a big game, right? So there's not, like, it's not big in production. Well, I guess it kind of is, but it's just so well known that I'm like, I've got to bring something special. And to me, something special is really anything from this distillery, and that is Starlight, the Huber Farms in Indiana. These guys are awesome.
How about we go to the uncorking
let's uncork
of this bottle?
Yeah. All right, let's crack this guy open. Ooh, looking forward to it.
Wrapper came off nice and easy.
Nice and easy. Let's hear it all the way from Indiana.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
That sounded good.
That was a good one. All right. Here you go. So this is their Cigar Batch.
Cigar Batch, eh?
Yeah, so it's the Amburana finished. It's their bourbon finished in Amburana casks. So Brazillian Amburana.
The nose on that is
quite
baby. Nice.
Yeah. So we enjoyed this throughout the game. Our initial reaction, you saw it there, is the same that I have at the end of the game. I love Starlight. When we went to Gen Con, we did a tour there. If you can get to Indiana, to Starlight, to check out their distillery, it's an operating farm. like you can go and buy your apples, and then you can go into the gift store or into the distillery store and buy yourself a bottle of whiskey. And they do like a wide range. The one we enjoyed, like we showed in the bottle pop, so this is what they call their cigar blend. And so cigar blend doesn't mean that it was made like tobacco or anything like that. What it means is that to go along with the cigar, it's got to have some standout flavors and nose to it. And that's exactly what this is. So this is their like 4-year-old, maybe a little bit older bourbon that they make, which is beautiful, by the way. Their bourbon on its own is really fantastic. And then what they've done is they matured it in Amburana casks. So Brazilian Amburana wood really brings out that rich flavors to it. A lot will talk about how they get cinnamon toast, like that kind of morning cereal cinnamon toast crunch to it, which I get. To me, it is really just like a warm hug. This is an awesome fall drink because to me, it's like that warm hug on a cold fall morning. It just makes me feel good. And I think that really goes well with the game because you play it and it just makes me feel good.
Yeah, and that's why I think this is such a good pairing as well, because this really brings you back to nature. Like I taste trees in this when I drink it. And tasty trees. Like there's a richness, that kind of caramel, like you said, that kind of toasted tasty trees, a little bit of toastiness to it. I would love to be outside just in nature enjoying this, and I think this works really well with Wingspan because it is just a thing of beauty. It's like you're out in nature, you're looking at all these beautiful birds and locations from across the world. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, and like the Amburana cask, so it's kind of a big craze right now, and some people are like dead set against it.
Because some people do it bad. Some Amburana casks aren't good.
They're not good.
They're not,
No, all you taste is wood.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to enjoy my whiskey, and all I'm getting is that like deep wood flavors, like nothing other than that wood flavors. And that Amburana can really pull that out.
It's strong.
It's really strong. And so it could overpower. But what the guys at Starlight have done really well is they've married the two things together. And it works. So tasty. If you can do a tour there, it is awesome. Ricky took us around. We did one of the extra tours, so we got to go into the Rick house, and she actually like popped some bungs, and we got right from the cask.
So good.
Like it was so tasty, so good. It's almost like Disneyland for whiskey lovers, because it was just like everything there was amazing. I can't really speak more highly of them. You have to go check it out because it is just that. Like it's an operating farm where they're taking what they're making or they've planted and produced as crops, and they're making it into delicious whiskey.
It's a one of a kind type.
So good. And even the food was good there. Like everything was really tasty.
Pretty sure I hit the ice cream shop twice. But it was really tasty.
It was so good. So I think this really works well with it. And honestly, like, so if you can't get the Amburana or the cigar one, go for any of their collection. We featured one of their bottles in another sip and play. It was the orange spiced one, and it's so tasty. Like this is just really tasty whiskey made out of love and care, because it's a family run, family owned business, and I can't say enough about it. Grab anything from the Huber Starlight Distilleries. You're gonna enjoy it.
So Steve,
Les?
I think we've learned a very valuable lesson today.
I think we have.
And that is, if you're going to play the 1 to 5 player Aviarian experience, you want to pair it with
Starlight Distilleries, their Amburana Brazilian Bourbon cask. So tasty, so good.
My name is Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Amburana can be such a polarizer. Either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. I've had a few that I didn't like so much. It was just all wood. Like that's all you could taste. I'm like, oh, this is
surprised
so
you didn't
woody.
love the all wood.
Yeah.